Hey everyone, it's Karnak, your buddy and pal here at Star Wars Armada Explained. We're going to be looking at the Super Star Destroyer title, Ravager. So Ravager, you can tell, equips to an SSD. At the bottom left-hand corner of the card, you'll see the icon for it. Obviously, there's a big old picture of it on there getting blasted and then blasting back. It is faction-specific for the Empire only, which you can see there next to its point cost, which is only 4 points. So Ravager, there's a dot or bullet point in front of its name, signifies it is unique. You can only have one of them in your fleet. Ravager reads Concentrate Fire Command, so it's Concentrate Fire Command, meaning that that's what you need in order to trigger this card's ability. It says Concentrate Fire, your Concentrate Fire tokens can either reroll one attack die or add one die to your attack pool. If you add a die, that die must be of a color already in your attack pool. So, how does this card work? Well, in a nutshell, it's allowing you to spend your Concentrate Fire tokens and turn them into additional dice. And that's allowed by this title. Because with Concentrate Fire, if you have the dial, you can add a die of a color that's already in your attack pool. And if you have the token, you can re-roll a die. And then you can, obviously spend those together for adding a die and re-rolling a die. But if you have just the token, then you could just do just only the re-roll. Well, this title, again, as I mentioned, this allows you to spend a token along with a dial to either add 2 dice, or if you still want to do the re-roll, that's fine. Or even if you have only just the token, you can still add a die with just the token, not needing the dial. So Ravager really gives you a lot of ability to add more dice to your attack pool, which is what the SSD kind of needs sometimes in order to punch past, the other SSDs or other large chips. Let's give an example. So we'll say that this Super Star Destroyer is the Assault variant, which is the 5 red die, 4 blue die shooting out the front at something. So it rolls the 5 red. Oops, missed one there. 5 red, 4 blue. Pretty sure that's what it rolls, right? Let's double check real quick. The Assault variant. Yep, 5 red, 4 blue. So you roll something like that, which, hey, that's pretty awesome. Now let's say that you reveal the Concentrate Fire dial, which with the Super Star Destroyer, whenever you reveal a dial, you get the dial and the matching token. So with Ravager, you could do something like, you know what, I like what I've got going on here. I'm going to add what's already in my pool. So I'm going to add 2 more blue dice. One from the Concentrate Fire dial, and then adding a blue dice from the token. And as you can see there, I just rolled 8 damage, or 9 damage. 9 damage. 9 damage from 10 dice. Wow, that's a lot from a front arc. And especially if you have the ability to re-roll those red dice, or, like with Krennic or leading shots, you can re-roll and try to fish and get, doubles, etc. I really like Ravager. It is, for 4 points, it's great as long as you are getting those Concentrate Fire dials or tokens somehow to that ship to use it. As soon as you are not using Concentrate Fire, for what you've brought, you're no longer getting any benefit. But again, for only 4 points, I think it's pretty flexible. Even if you only have like a CommsNet flotilla feeding it just a token, I think you can get still value from this, because then you're not having to waste dials getting that extra dice. So that is Ravager. Now, for the Ravager, it can proc with someone like Director Krennic, who Director Krennic is, if you spend a dial or a token or a dial and token together, it gives you tons of re-rolling ability. That does combo with Ravager, and I've covered that in my Director Krennic's video. So if you can spend it to add all these dice, and then you will all of a sudden have the ability to re-roll like tons and tons of your red dice. It's great. Let's talk about some other unique combinations you can have with this. For example, maybe you're only attacking at long range, which is the 5 red on the Assault variant. Well, if you have something like quad battery turrets, which allows you to add a blue as long as the target is traveling faster than you, you could then Ravager in additional blue dice for something like leading shots. Maybe you're trying to proc like high ion emplacements. What's it called? Heavy ion emplacements. There you go. That critical where if you get the critical in, it deals additional shield damage. So Ravager is great with that, trying to fish again for those blues, reroll with leading shots, etc. Let's talk about some other unique combinations you can do with Ravager, specifically with Callus and like quad laser turrets. A lot of people don't know this, but did you know, and I knew but maybe most people don't. But what most people don't know is that you can use a concentrate fire token on a counterattack. Because, so to clarify about commands, a command can only be done once around, period. Once around, period. And a command is resolved if you do dial, a token, or a dial and token together. Only one of those three methods. So if your ship, either before or during its activation, or pretty much at any point, if it's never done a concentrate fire command, either by spending a dial or a token at any point, if a squadron does fly up and shoots at you, you can still use concentrate fire, as long as, again, you can only do it the one time. So meaning if a unique squadron flies up and attacks my Super Star Destroyer, I've got Agent Callus here, I've got quad laser turrets. So the quad laser turrets allows me to counter with one blue die. I could then, for example, add a color to my die pool with Callus of any color that I want. We'll say a black. And then if I wanted to, I could then use Ravager. If I spend the Concentrate Fire token, I can then resolve my Concentrate Fire command for that round and add in another die of either blue or black. Whoops. There we go. So in this case, not a whole lot of damage here, but let me talk about what you could do, for example. So the quad laser turret, you roll the blue, you Callus in a red, and as long as it doesn't come up blank, I'm going to say for all intents and purposes it came up as a hit. Let's say that you've got H9 and quad turbo laser cannons equipped. You could turn this into an accuracy. Quad turbo lasers triggers, you get another accuracy. And then you can Ravager in a die color of your choice, we'll say a black. And there you go, you've got the 2 accuracies and 2 damage that blocks both defense tokens a ship is going to have, or a squadron. And then you peg it for 2 damage with this kind of combination. As long as you don't roll a blank on your red and you have those those certain cards equipped, you can do something like that. But yeah, just in a nutshell, again, it allows you to spend your Concentrate Fire tokens to add an additional die of any die color that's in your attack pool already. But of course, if you feel like I missed anything or got anything wrong, please be sure to let me know. Leave a comment. And I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I'll catch you guys next time.